hopefully in the next 10 minutes or so we'll be good to go, like 5-10 minutes at the most. Ventura's already in the lobby with us here in the invite session. We're just waiting for Spartacus, and then Ventura and Spartacus can go into the playlist lobby and we'll spectate from there. And then we can launch this thing and get going. I hope you're all well on this Wednesday afternoon, evening, depending on time zones, morning or night. I hope you're all well and that you're going to enjoy this. It's going to be a tense matchup. We've been seeing very, very fast improvement from Spartacus, and Ventura's been around and is a proven racer on the circuit. Very consistent with his times. He's always up there with Jack and Keno's and given very, very good battles and fights for the front. He's appeared in quite a few videos and streams I've seen. He's maybe considered as... I've seen he's some people's favourite. I've seen a couple of people mention him, but he's maybe a bit of an underdog. But he's got a lot to offer these guys as a challenge going forward. Just a little other note on things we have coming up. Later today, tonight, at 10 PM UK time, we've got Luke versus C-Bike. Again, that's going to be a tasty affair, and like, I wouldn't normally play the favouritism card, but because of the slight issues with yesterday's stream, Luke is my strong favourite for that one. And we will be, again, streaming and commentating that as well, ladies and gentlemen. So, yeah, Tyrese is happening at Friday, 6:30 PM. We have Fern and Gustavo confirmed for 7 PM tomorrow night. And we will also be doing Keno and Papino, sorry. And that's Jack back, as you heard there. We're just waiting to confirm the time for Keno. I haven't got his written down on my notes. Latest is
7 PM, no 8.
Lazy.
Yeah, it's 7 or 8.
7 or 8 PM on... What day is that, Jack? Lazy?
Friday?
Friday.
Wow.
So that's it. Isn't... Who's Lazy against, isn't that? Who's Lazy up against? Let's have a look at our pictures.
He's against Robbie.
Robbie Capoo.
Yeah, Robbie.
Yep, whoever wins that, I'll play.
I've been seeing Robbie come up, and he's always way ahead of me. I've made it extremely clear that I am not the strongest racer in this community by any stretch of the imagination, and I know my place very well. I'm very comfortable with it. I just enjoy being around the faster guys. Right, we have Spartacus and Ventura in the lobby. I'll let them know that they can go into their playlist lobby when they're ready, and we'll spectate them from there.
I am sorry about that. That was brutal.
But Jack, do you have any thoughts on the matchup we have coming up between Ventura and Spartacus? Spartacus is a member of your crew.
Yes, he is. He's
you were an official setting up.
Bit of context, because people don't actually know who Spartacus is. He is from PC, who has joined us on PS4, and he has been welcomed into our community. And as far as I've seen so far, he's a very strong racer. More stronger in the D8, I've noticed. But Ventura is right behind me, taking my world records. So this is the 1v1 I'm looking most forward to. But it could go anyone's way. I did race Ventura actually like, what, 10 minutes ago? That was on Racing Alley.
I've raced with them both earlier today, and they were fighting for the front between the two of them. Like it could be potentially a very tight affair if they're both on form.
GG Spartacus is in this lobby now.
Yes, we have everybody in the lobby. I'm just messaging Ventura now.
I'm not sure what their chosen tracks are. I'm assuming Spartacus has chosen the D8 track. Ventura, I would assume Vespucci is one of his favourites, which he did get an unofficial world record on for first lap, which was a 2:08 first lap. So he's absolutely smashed my first lap there. But not to worry, because I will be going back for that. 2:09 though. Till I get them cuts. Let me just check the comments quickly.
Yeah, and we've seen some quite high drama on the finishes of some of these races. Official and Raz were involved in two of the closest finishes yesterday, with the big drop end being like 0.2 of a second between them, and then the final race on Racing Alley, that final lap ended up with 0.02 between them. Like, crazy close. Right, they're in the lobby, Jack, so we can spectate.
Nice one. Let's just hope my ooh, it's working.
Who are you going to spectate on, Gigi or Ventura?
I've got Spartacus.
Yep,
You got Ventura?
Ventura?
Nice one. Ventura's not popping up on mine.
Yep, I've got Ventura.
You loading in?
Yep, GTA
Nice
screen.
one. Nice one.
Screens in the corner, lobbies popping in. Perfect.
And thank you all for not spectating them and letting me and Fox do it. Just not going to bring up problems from yesterday.
Right, so I'm just letting the guys know that they can go in their own time, give their hands a quick little shake and a wipe if they need to. I know my hands are sweaty, and I have not touched the control now, really, other than just come into this lobby now and spectate them for a good 5 or 10 minutes. Like, my job here is commentator. My control is just sat there charging so I can race a little bit later, badly,
That is a
with
good
some
idea.
of you guys. Yeah, Ventura had just asked if we were able to spectate while they're in this lobby. We are able to do that. It makes it a lot easier for us. It's why we do this invite session. It just gets rid of a few of the little glitches you get, and it should hopefully limit the people who can be able to come in and spectate, making this easier for us to be able to commentate on. It's like I say, I'm really not criticising Seabike, and I am making a bit of a joke of it. It's like, I've got nothing personal against the guys. I'll quite happily be beaten by him again in the future. Don't you worry, Seabike. But Luke's going to smash you today for yesterday.
And that is at 10 PM. If Luke does lose, he will get a big fat message and an unfriend.
I doubt it would really go that far. I'm sure bridges will be able to be rebuilt. Like, Luke and Jack are quite close. It's all just bants.
And he best get a new mic soon.
Yeah, and here, I swing between the two of these because as a member of pros, I've obviously got a strong allegiance towards Spartacus here. But as I say, I've been racing relatively regularly with Ventura. He introduced me to Tex, who then introduced me to you lot. So it's like Ventura and Tex that deserve a big thank you for bringing me in, and then Jack inviting me to do the commentary again. So a big thank you to everybody for getting me involved. Just before this thing kicks off, we're down to the final 5 seconds, guys. Here we go. Little loading screen, we'll be on to big drop. Who do you think this maybe plays into the hands of a little bit more, Jack?
I think it just depends. What we saw from Diego, that could happen to anyone. When he caught his tyre off the edge and spun out, but it just comes down
And
to
then
the
the same
boosts
with
off the
Jacob on that
loops.
jump.
Yes.
Jacob with that jump up. Just
Brake
letting off
too
the throttle a
much.
little bit too early and the dab of brakes, yeah. The risky play to try and gain that couple of extra tenths and hundredths of a second. The guys are now just selecting their cars, giving each other good sportsmanship in not rushing the opponent. There we go, they're both ready. Alright, if we set on position 2, Jack, we can watch both races for a while.
And they're off.
And they're both away. Ventura's taken a slightly better lead off the, well, taking the lead off the line, but Spartacus is matching him now.
Oh, Spartacus got a bit of a better boost.
Yeah, Spartacus has come down the loop much nicer. Pulled away quite a significant margin there, really. Come back from behind. Now, either car going to brick? Oh, little wobble from Ventura, but nice and smooth, didn't lose any speed. Around the first bend with good application of the power. Through this second, slightly tighter bend. Brush against the wall. It's a long sweeping left.
Ventura is gaining, I believe.
Yeah, slightly through the corners. Spartacus quicker on the curbs though, and just gaining that little bit of time back. But again, Ventura a little bit quicker on the curbs again there. So he caught that again, just pulling it back slightly. They're just catching their little bits of extra speed in different places.
Let's have a look at Ventura. Still chasing Spartacus to get that first place.
Yeah.
They're coming up to the first cut.
Oh, and
Ventura! Ventura!
Oh,
No! Ventura!
Oh my man.
That is unfortunate.
That
is
very unlucky. He just missed the cut on the jump a little bit.
He's caught the edge. Ventura.
Yeah.
That is unfortunate.
Just after this, just shake it out, shake them nerves.
It is just the first race, so Ventura has nothing to worry about.
Nothing at all to worry about. This is down to races as well. And even at this point, there's not really a significant chance that Ventura is going to DNF.
Spartacus has got quite a big lead now.
Yeah, he's just straightening out of the long sweeping right. Yeah, he's on the straight, pulling away. Ventura's just hitting the sweeping right corner now.
Will Spartacus play this safe? Or will he take the risk? He's played it safe. He has played that safe.
Yeah.
Good decision.
Not far off approaching the big jump up. Guys hitting the boost. Nice bit of curb surfing before. You could hear the engine just dying off slightly, but he just played it safe just to get him round. Good call there, Ventura. Very smart. Like if either driver is listening to the stream, then they may get little certain tidbits just so they know whether they need to push too hard or not. And Ventura there is one of the first drivers I've seen just catching the very corner of that first boost rather than avoiding it completely. Once he got control of the car and it wasn't going to do the dodgy boost wiggle. Spartacus has made it across the line there. Ventura's coming down the drop. As long as he doesn't overshoot the checkpoint, no worries.
He's got that nicely, no DNF today.
No
Oh!
chance.
I think he's done
Big
sort of what
trick,
Tom did.
I think that's maybe exactly the point where Tom hit. That part where it goes from blue to yellow, well, yellow to blue. Maybe there's just that little ridge.
GG Spartacus for that race.
Yeah. GG Spartacus. And very unlucky from Ventura. If he'd have just managed to cut that ramp slightly sooner, he'd have got a little bit less airtime and not flown over the curved bank. And again, I'm going to very carefully point out that this is things that I cannot control the cars the way these guys do anyway, so I do not drive at the speeds they're going. The mistakes they're making are at a different, higher level. And I would just like to point that out again for the audience spectating. Like, these guys are playing these races to the highest level.
I believe they've put it in the order seen on the display thing, on the poster.
Yeah, it looks like they have followed the order that was displayed in the 1v1 chat. So we'll have the first 4 choices from
Fox. Have you ever seen Spartacus race on PRAs before?
I have seen both race around here, and again, both get they're both getting low 50s very regularly.
I have not seen Spartacus, only Ventura on this track.
152s regularly. I think I may have seen a 149 from Ventura, but I'm not quite as good with my memory. I have a bit of a brain of a goldfish.
Ventura missed the double clutch, I believe. However, they are neck and neck off the start.
Coming onto the first curb boost there. Cutting across the curb again. No bricking on the boost.
That is the worst thing that could happen, a brick on that boost.
Both cars successfully navigating through the bowling pins there. Bit of nice curb surfing, keeping the engine revs going up. Through this first tube. Keeping round. Exiting. Lovely from both. Lovely from both. I think Spartacus may have gained just a tiny... Oh, no. Ventura definitely getting through that loop there. And over the skip of the loop. Coming down onto the straight past the balls. Spartacus smashing that ball into the sea.
That is how it goes. The first person must knock that ball out the way.
Yep. Get that 20 to 40 RP. It's all important in our game, you know. We need them levels up. Nice and low from both, but lower from Ventura. He'll get a slightly better acceleration and speed through the corner, maybe. Nicely controlled round from both, down the hill. Coming across for the end of the first lap. Pull up the leaderboard in a second to see the times that we've got for first lap. 152 and a 153. Both are better than my best lap on their first lap. This is disgraceful from myself.
Second between them.
Yep. Just over a second and a half. But it's all about the tube exits and keeping it nice and smooth throughout. A slight brick there, you could just hear the engine revs dip on Ventura's car. I'm going through the tubes here now, this first tube. The first tube exit.
Oh, he's done it high.
The car gets a bit wobbly. Ventura's got it exceptionally low. He's just he's about a metre off the edge of the track before he would have just gone underneath. Loop skip, nice. There's that little curb bump before the entrance to the tube, just lining it up. Flicking to the right, into the tube, and to the left, looping.
Nice and low by Spartacus.
And nice and low as well by Ventura. Slightly straighter and truer, like an arrow. Ventura was just... Spartacus, sorry, was just going off slightly more to the left. Losing a little bit of the forward momentum, but it's not done him any harm.
Onto their final lap.
A 149.2 from Spartacus and a 150.23 means there is going to be at the moment about 2 to 2.5 seconds between the two of them. Ventura just behind at the moment. Spartacus driving very, very well and smoothly. Go final time through the first tube.
Very nice by Ventura.
Perfect from Ventura, absolutely perfect.
Absolutely beautiful tube exit.
He will have gained time with that. Perfect skip, no little wobble of the wheels on the landing back on the second piece of track. Just skip the loop. Down straight into the final tube. Spartacus with quite a strong lead at the moment, but oh, nice brake boost from Ventura. He's gained a lot of time down there through the final little turn. This could be tight, and Ventura's on for a nice lap time here. Spartacus will be too, I'm not underplaying that, but Ventura has gained. Nice from both. Around the final sweeping right. Now it's just this little S and across the line. Spartacus, unless he stuffs it, has got it. But fantastic from both racers. Spartacus getting the victory, taking it at the moment to 2-0. Handling the pressure well. A 149.2 that we saw in the second lap from Spartacus, and a 149.671 in that third lap from Ventura. Very nice drives from both guys. Wow. Any thoughts, Jack?
Very close by the two of them. I believe there was a second apart. Their laps do show that. Yeah. Not sure. I mean, Ventura could just be warming up at the moment. GG Spartacus could be in for a big surprise.
I think as well, like maybe some people have underestimated Spartacus going into this, because he is a bit new to the PlayStation, getting new to the control, and he's been hard at work, grinding it, practicing. And maybe he's just able to start handling the pressure of the racing scene now nice and early, which is maybe a little bit of a surprise to some of the more established racers.
First time I met Spartacus was in the playlist that was being hosted on Gauntlet. I do believe he beat me, actually.
I think it may have been Luke I heard say that he thought that Spartacus might take like 6 months to get a grip to handling the racing pressure.
He has done well to...
And we'll see how that plays out, but he's done very well so far. I'm not throwing Luke under the bus with that. He gave full credit to Spartacus for setting the world record on plummet, and that he just wasn't sure if he'd be able to handle racing pressure just yet. But Spartacus again, just pulling away off the start here. With him getting the world record on plummet, we know he's a strong...
Ventura's taken the lead.
But yes, he had a much better line through the tube, carried more speed.
This track, I have noticed, is a lot about brake boosting off them curbs.
Both having to go left as a stop sign.
Spartacus is gaining!
Coming through Ventura.
Oh, he's
right
taken
now.
over!
Ventura with a nicer, tighter line, but slight better acceleration. Oh, it's neck and neck.
Coming into the second lap. They are neck and neck. Ventura's gained the lead from a brake boost, I believe that was. Spartacus is out!
Spartacus is out. He's going to have to respawn. He's off the track. He clipped the wall, the black and white wall there.
Ventura just has to play it safe.
Yeah, just hold it in the bag now, and looky there, Spartacus.
That is very unlucky. Let's go over to Spartacus. I believe he's done what a lot of us racers have done. He's clipped that wall and it messes with your car.
Yeah.
It's tough
just
to
flicked
control
him
it.
off hard to the right, yeah. You need to be very, very on point with your reactions to be able to catch that, letting off the throttle and everything, and maybe even a dab of brake just to slow the car down. I wouldn't in any way be able to catch it.
Trench 2 was not in the, yeah, you're right, Toast, it was not in the playlist. I think it might have been Ventura that picked it. I don't see Spartacus picking a muscle track. I see him picking a D8 track, but I don't really see Ventura picking. That's hard to say who picked this track actually.
We have a 58.248 so far from Ventura, and that's on this lap that's just passed. GG Spartacus's first lap was a 102.464.
But you've raced for Spartacus more.
Second.
Do you think Spartacus chose this track?
I'm not sure. I'd have thought he'd have gone with Plummet or Gaunt. Well, Plummet was already in there, so he didn't need to make that selection. He was given probably what would have been his first preferred choice. I know he's very good, as you've mentioned, on Gauntlet.
Ventura's won this race.
Yes,
I thought they were on their second lap for some reason.
Here we go now, passing.
GG's Ventura for not taking risks and playing it safe. Ventura has that win in the bag. He is not out of it yet. He's bringing it back.
That brings it back to 2-1. It is now 2-1 to GG.
Very close laps as well.
Spartacus was able to just steal best lap there by 0.2, just about of a second, yeah.
0.223.
So as you can see from the scoreboards, it's now 2-3 to Spartacus. Ventura bringing back one in that race. 4 races left.
We're on H200. Like I said in the last stream, this track really does come down to where the water is. Who gets unlucky?
Caught in it, yeah. How much you need to change your lines before going into the wall ride and stuff like that.
That was a very nice colour by Spartacus on his cars. Onto H200.
Yeah. I'll start off on Ventura, he's in second place.
And they're off.
Is that Spartacus with sport
Ventura has got the better start.
Yeah. Pulling off quite a nice strong lead and continuing to pull away there a little bit over the jumps.
Spartacus has chosen the ramp, good decision.
Ventura with the wall ride. Oh, he's just hit the
Ventura!
Blue. He just hit the blue. You got the checkpoints though, so he's not going to have lost as much time there as he could have done. And as we've been seeing, it only takes little slight errors and you can catch that time back up.
As we have seen, who was the one that bricked on the ramp? Fox. I believe it was Diego.
Yeah, I think it was Diego.
Bricked on the ramp, so that could happen to Spartacus.
I know Esco did have a moment where when he came out of that tube he ended up doing a barrel roll off that second jump ramp thing to get over the water. Well, the jump to go over the water if it's there.
I'm not sure about anyone else, but I also have bricked in that final tube.
Yes.
Jumping into it.
I've also spun out quite a few times. Applying a little bit too much steering, but that's my lowest skill level showing there. Spartacus will just, yeah, he's just gone round that second left through the water. Successfully done the wall ride there.
No, has he?
He did do the wall ride.
No, he didn't. Spartacus had to respawn.
He missed the checkpoint. He missed the checkpoint. He did do the wall ride.
Was that a silly mistake by Spartacus for doing that? Could he have played it safe and still kept the lead?
Well, it is like I've said though, Jack, is like you find it quite hard to change the lines that you do. Is it like when you change your lines too much, that's when the mistakes creep in a little bit more regularly, if you know what I mean. So you sort of have to just drive within yourself a little bit without changing too much. But this has brought the race significantly closer. Spartacus is about half the distance behind with catching up the time there. Now, he had a quick respawn, as did Ventura. But it is a little bit closer now than it was, but Ventura with a decent lead. Nicely round the corner, clipping the curb on the straight bit before he turns into the right. And final right.
Approaching our final lap.
That's the second lap.
That's a 29.1 by Ventura.
Very
nice lap.
And again, both of these laps are below my times that I get on my best lap. Like, if anybody would like me to prove this in racing with you at some point, we can do that.
Ventura's got the final wall ride.
Yeah, very nice. Very nice.
It looks like Spartacus got it as well, but he has dropped behind a bit.
Yeah, he's just slightly further behind, maybe had a slight wobble.
Possibly some water that he got caught up in.
He's only just going through the tubes.
Will Ventura bring it back to 2-2?
Unless he makes a big mistake at this point, it is looking that way. I'll just swap back to Spartacus now. Venture's made it off the banked road onto the straight without any issues. Spartacus maybe slightly clawed back a little bit of time past a couple of past corners. Because as Ventura's exited it and gone right, then Spartacus has come up, but this is going to be Ventura's race.
Ventura has got this one in the bag.
And
very
that brings
nice.
it back to 2-2.
2-2. Ventura has brought. I told you he was warming up.
And as we did point out, is it does only take the one mistake to catch back up, and at the level these guys are driving, the mistakes they can come. Ventura with the best lap there by almost 0.3 of a second to the 129.4 from Spartacus. Yeah, that brings it back to 2-2. This is, I believe, our biggest back and forth battle so far, Jack. It went to 2-0. It's now 2-2.
Ventura has brought it back.
Yeah.
This might go down to the final race.
Ventura has he's handled his nerves. He must have gained a little bit of extra, shape to him. A bit of extra nerves creeped in after the first couple of races, but he's handled it well.
Seeing their times on here, this could be a really good battle. Spartacus has hit 2:06 earlier today, was it, Fox?
Yes.
Yep,
Just
Ventura.
a second behind yourself, isn't he, Jack, now?
He is.
And Ventura's always giving you good battles around here.
Ventura does have the 1-lap world record. If he can keep that up, I believe he's behind me in the 3-lap world record as well.
What is do you know what the 1-lap world record is, Jack, offhand?
Unofficially, Ventura has it with a 2:08.
Nice.
Because he did have to check with me what it was, seeing what I got, and I did tell him it was a 2:09. And he absolutely thrashed my time.
Ventura has just stretched his slight lead from starting in pole to about an extra half a car's length at the moment. Both getting a nice amount of curves.
Ventura's pulled away a little bit.
Yeah, he's pulling away a little bit more. And again, a little bit more. Just somehow getting slightly better acceleration here and there than Spartacus. See that maybe a little bit more experience with the throttle control in these tighter corners. And that's not me underplaying. This is, again, very, very high level what these guys are doing. I'd be spinning out, trying to travel at the speed they're going around these bends. Yeah, they're going 10 to 20, well 15 to 20 miles an hour faster than I go around these corners. At least. I mean, just a slight let off, maybe a dab of brakes, but again I do a full let off and a good dab of brakes there to get around them bends.
Will they be going for the wall ride? Good decision by both of them.
Both haven't. That is a very tricky wall ride, isn't it, Jack?
Yes, I've had multiple times where the curb has not let me up.
And because of the very short amount of runway afterwards, it makes it very, unless you get your braking perfectly afterwards into the corner, it's very insignificant time game, really, isn't it?
All I can say is my 3-lap world record is safe.
For a while. While. You're going to need to start putting a bit of work in soon, I think, lad. Like, you're going to need to get your finger out again soon, learn this brake boosting and stuff, because these guys, they're coming.
But, gee, Spartacus,
what? Slip on the barrier, but
he's handled it nicely.
Lost too much time because you have to brake hard into that corner, really, anyway. But he has fallen. The leads may be doubled there. The lap times for the first lap there: a 2.10498 from Ventura, a 2.12432 from Spartacus. Again, Ventura just seems to be increasing his lead slightly round these.
Other than myself, this is Ventura's track.
I am all out of water and stuff. I may have to pop and just grab a drink in between the next race. So I'll leave you to just have a little discussion of your thoughts.
Discussion with my thoughts.
This race has gone, and how you think the rest of the 1v1 may play out. Maybe you could have a little talk about the Luke and CE match coming up. I know you're good friends with Luke.
Yes, however, I will not let favouritism get in the way. Not too much, anyway.
I'm sorry, as I have apologised for, but because of the slight technical difficulties yesterday, it will be the only favouritism I show. One time, Luke is going to beat your CE bike.
Me and Luke were practicing, he's ready.
And over the jump we go into the final tube. There's only one tube on this. This is what I mean about me getting confused with the tubes.
This track just comes down to corner. Oh! Spartacus on 2 wheels!
Brick there.
Nicely held though.
Yeah. I'd have very much spun out there. My car control not at the same level. Again, just pointing this out, that guys thinking that this is easy. It is not. I am not a bad racer, but they make me look terrible. I finished like 40, 50 seconds behind them without hitting barriers. at the end of a 3-lap race. But like I say, it's just a privilege watching them do their thing. It's like racing alongside the Lewis Hamiltons and Sebastian Vettels of the world. No bricking from either there. Ventura with a nice strong lead. I'd say it's about the same though as it was. It's not much more than it was before the little brick there from Spartacus into that tube.
Maybe Spartacus might risk a wall ride this lap to gain time. It's unsure to tell.
But also at the same time, if all it'd take is just a slight mistake from Ventura going through the tube or anything like that. So it could be worth just playing it safe. But let's just see how it plays out.
Cheeky honk.
Yeah, I don't know if that's to me to signify that he's going to be going for it. Oh no, that could be like the sip of water from Jadon Sancho. He's coming to Man United. Oh, we'll see.
Was that a honk to say yes? Is he going to try?
Is he? Control.
He is!
He's gone for it! He's got a checkpoint! He's got the wall
ride! He pulled it off!
He's gained some time! He has gained time!
That was a honk to say
Spartacus,
yes!
It was! Spartacus is watching the stream, ladies and gentlemen. Please show him some love if you know him. Send him a little message and get him in a party chat if you know him and all that sort of stuff. Show him some love. Same with Ventura. If you're in his crews and you personally know him, get in touch. Don't go pestering him if you don't. We're not encouraging that. Ventura has crossed the line in first place, but a fantastic show on the final lap there from Spartacus, adding that lovely little spicy little drama that we like, and gaining back a nice, I'd say, what would you say he maybe gained, like half a second there, Jack, back? And he got a nice lap of a 2:07.929 to Ventura's 2:08.354.
That is 3-2 to Ventura.
So it started off with Spartacus winning the first two, and Ventura's pulled it back from the third race onwards to take a one-race lead now, going 3-2 up.
Spartacus must win this race. What is it?
Wow.
Racing Alley. I raced Ventura on Racing Alley right before the 1v1, and he was looking very strong on this track. Let's hope he can do the same again. Fortunately, he did beat me, and someone else did. I did lag. So if you were in that lobby and wondering why I disappeared, I lagged.
Yeah, Jack had a slight little internet connection issue before. We both ended up having to reset our games. The races we lost just before was definitely not a rage quit. I promise, like, no, you know what us racers are like. We never ever rage quit when we're losing to a younger racer that is potentially going to be massively better than us one day.
Excuse me?
Never let that inner soul out. Jack, let's just go with it.
No, I am not going with it, Fox. We are here to commentate Spartacus and Ventura. We are not talking about that.
Spartacus has just taken a lead after the hill and past the bowling pins, but they are neck and neck through the tubes, and Ventura's pulled back a lead. Oh, no,
Spartacus has gone for that was a mistake, I believe. It was Ventura. Yeah, Spartacus.
That was Spartacus that just clipped the ramp.
He did.
It was just lagging out slightly between who I knew I was on. But I am on Ventura myself. But I'm going to switch now to Spartacus just to see, well, after the tubes, let's see what happens here. Ventura's made it through nicely up the ramp. Yeah, nice dab of brakes, no way he's missing that checkpoint. Nice and low off the jump. Spartacus carried a little bit more speed, but again, nice and safe to the checkpoint. He just needs to try and rein in that little bit of time now. Spartacus going with the line I've recently learnt off Third House. Just give my crew brother a little shout out there. Spartacus, lovely off the ramp skip there.
Let's see Ventura how he's going to play this one. He's going for the risk.
Ventura has skipped the stop strips. Spartacus going for it as well. That, yes, very nicely controlled from Spartacus. Ventura's made it too. Didn't look like he bricked heavily, if he did brick at all. The lead is about the same. Ventura's maybe pulled a little bit further ahead. Into the tube from Spartacus. Ventura will have just exited, going for that little ramp skip.
Let off the acceleration now. Good decision by Ventura. Doesn't need to do anything risky.
Spartacus handling the car there, playing it a little bit safe, going a little bit further left than he'd maybe be used to skip that ramp. But riding the curb nicely to miss it. Around the sweeping banked right into the tube. Now I don't know if these lines have names or anything again, but I go with the into the left side of the left and swing round and back around to the right technique. These are both going with the hit the right wall, take the left, slow left swinging around the tube.
Troy is going for the cut again with a cheeky barrel roll.
Very nice.
Very nice.
Spartacus a touch higher than last time, but carrying a nice amount of forward momentum. And again with that little cheeky barrel roll. Yep. And Spartacus has as well. I'd say that was perfect. That was absolutely perfect. He carried his wheels perfectly, just missing the stop strips. Getting that lovely angle, just hitting that cone after the little drop down. But he has gained an amount of time. Ventura's not as far ahead as he was. Ventura's just going up the ramp.
Spartacus! Again!
Again!
Handled it nicely though.
Unlucky
Back
Spartacus. It's not cost him a lot of time. Like I would have been stuffed on my roof, car, dead and buried. But he caught it well after catching the ramp, and it would only take a
One
little
mistake from Ventura. Let's see.
Spartacus
Ventura
has got the fastest lap so far with a 1:34.596 to a 1:34.73.
Ventura can play this safe and still get the win,
Yeah.
but he is going for the cut.
Ventura, my man.
Very nicely done.
And Spartacus is just hitting the first boost jack, cutting the ramp. Wonderfully low. Wonderfully low. Spartacus, my man.
Ventura did take best lap at the end, but I did not see what it was.
It was a 1:34.259.
Very nicely done.
So he just picked it by, I think it was almost a full 0.3 seconds there. The best lap, and with that does take it to 4.2. And Ventura does now have it in the bag. It's been a fantastic display from both drivers here. Is hopefully
Very
he
close
should be
laps.
getting this final race still. Thumbs up from both racers, showing full respect to each other.
Fox, what do you think of the 1v1 so far?
This has been one of the most intense so far. I think it could be a little bit, because I know both. If you know what I mean, it adds that little bit of extra drama to what goes on. You feel more for the drivers when they do make the errors, and you want them both to just drive to their fullest ability. You know what I mean, Jack? Because you again will know both drivers really well here.
I do know Ventura more than I know Spartacus, but Ventura has been here longer.
But again, like Spartacus is a member of the crew, so that adds that, that extra few percentage swing. So it's maybe like a 53 to 47 split between Ventura and Spartacus. We won't say either way, so they don't know who your favourite is. But that's the sort of way I feel about it, Jack, as well. It's like it's very tight between the two.
GG Spartacus has got the world record on this.
Yes.
He could improve his time. He has pulled away.
I don't see his brake lights going yet.
Nor me.
Not risking the brake boost. Sorry, over curves. And Ventura's gaining some time.
He has gained.
Ventura must have pulled off 2 or 3 brake boosts there, because Spartacus had him when Ventura had missed the first couple.
Ventura has gained. He's pulled away.
And I can now see Spartacus doing a bit of brake boosting. He's clawing back a little bit at a time.
Ventura is brake boosting. I just saw his brake lights flicker on.
This is going to be very close. There's that boom, 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 boom,
yeah.
boom, boom, boom. We hate through the tunnel.
Still don't know what that sound is.
No. What prop is that? Because it's not it's not in the actual GTA world. Nice curve boosting from both. Lovely ramp skip from both. Spartacus, I think, maybe was just slightly cleaner because he gained a little tiny bit of time.
That's a brake boost from Ventura.
Oh, and another brake boost from Ventura. Do not... But Spartacus has gained again back through this corner here. This is going to be a tight finish, Jack.
I believe it will come right down to that final straight.
Spartacus gaining just a little bit there on the braking point.
He has gained.
This is a track he has hot lapped for that world record, learning the brake boosting technique. I think I saw a puff of smoke there to suggest that Ventura got it again there on that little straight.
We're coming up to the final
May have
corner.
been the puff of smoke off the barrier. Yeah, it's the last sweeping right, Jack.
There is a brake boost they can get. Would help Spartacus a lot.
Let's take in the knife.
Will Spartacus catch him up in this final little straight? It's happened to me before.
See, I hit that barrier quite a lot there. He's gaining slow. Oh! He's just hit the barrier on the final. Lucky. Oh, Jesus Christ, ladies and gentlemen, what a show from the drivers here. As I say, if you do know them personally, go show them some love. If you do sit with them in parties, get them in your party chat, send them a message, whatever it is you do to them regularly. Just, you know, we're not encouraging spam.
Congrats to Ventura. He has pulled it back.
Congratulations. 5-2 to Ventura. Jack, over to you, sorry.
5-2 to Ventura. He did pull it back the first 2 races. Maybe he was just warming up. But he has brought it back and won 5 races.
Yeah.
Absolutely outstanding.
Time there of 2:58.208.
GG to Spartacus as well.
Yeah. Fantastic drive from both.
He had a brilliant start, but I think the GTO tracks did catch him off guard because I see him more as a D8 driver.
Yeah.
Fox, would you like
incredible job from just the adrenaline that I feel just watching this. It ends up showing me that maybe the full-on competitive world of racing in this game isn't for me. I can't handle the adrenaline particularly well, but this is for me. Ventura just pulled it off. 5-2.
Fox,
just wrapped it up.
Who will Ventura be against next round?
Let me have a look at the bracket. Ventura will be against Fern or Gustavo, and that match is happening at 7 PM tomorrow, and we will be streaming and commentating that at the request of Fern. Yep, that will be the two semi-finals. The two semi-finals for that are Jacob versus Nacho, and then Fern or Gustavo versus Ventura. And these matches will be arranged after Saturday, the completion of this first round.
Saturday, we will read out round 2, who will be up against who, just to remind you, because all 1v1s should be cleaned up by then for the first round.
And some of the times, if I win, if I win I'll be against Esco, that is correct, Tyrese. But again, I'll do a little quick run through before we finish of what we've got going on later tonight. We've got Luke versus CE Bike at 10 PM.
Yeah.
So come back in for that, ladies and gentlemen, and leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed the stream. And again, if you know either of us personally, get in touch with any constructive feedback about how we can improve. Because hopefully this one's, I feel, again, as I mentioned, that I feel this one's gone a lot better than yesterday with me being able to follow the action without having to follow it through the lag of the stream, so I can actually follow the action with Jack. Any final thoughts from you, Jack?
No, I just really did enjoy that 1v1, and congrats to Ventura. He did pull that back very nicely.
Yeah, fantastic job from both. GG all round. Thank you very much, Jack.
Right. I don't believe Ventura or Spartacus have a YouTube channel. I don't think.
No, Spartacus will be setting one up soon, so if that's done by the end of the tournament, we'll keep you fully clued up to that. And I believe that Ventura's is just a personal one, so he can like and watch people's videos and stuff that he knows within the community at the moment. So, but mate, again, if he does start posting videos, then we'll give a good shout out towards his channel as well. But we don't want to be pushing people in the wrong direction just yet.
Please go show some support to the moderators in the chat for keeping the live stream alive. So your boy official, Luke MDR01, it's Tyrese, Tunsa1. Please go show them guys some support, please. It would be much appreciated. And also go and show some support to Let's Play Up. Like I said in the last stream, he has inspired me and Fox to commentate. We are still watching his streams to see how he does it. And
little bit.
Yeah.
That's where we picked up this invite session thing from. It just makes it all a little bit easier.
I do hope to actually talk to him soon as well in a party, just to get some more tips for it.
And we are looking at ways that we can improve this for the future after this event as well, if it's something that the community would like continuing. And ways that we can make the either the quality better and improved, either through taking the videos and having them edited and adding the commentary over the top, or different options. We're just keeping the options open, and we're going to take it from there. But this is what we've got for now, and it seems to be going across well.
Please, any suggestions, do private message me or Star Strider Fox.
Yep.
Any suggestions we will take on board, and we're happy to talk to you guys. Is that all from you, Fox?
That's all from me for now, and I'll see you at 10 o'clock.
See you soon, guys. Hopefully at 10.